Yeah, good morning, everyone. Um, Today's session will be more or less on sculpting environment, and let's see about what are the necessity parts and those steps to create a simple assembly. Okay, now we'll take about any doubts. See, if you have any doubts in the previous session, you can unmute yourself and you can ask your doubts now. Yesterday's recording I have just mailed you, and today morning I have just dropped it in your WhatsApp. So can check that. So let's open Fusion 360. Okay, and do remember that your system might hang sometimes. If you are going to use this create form, that means your sculpting environment. Okay, so let's take any question here. If you have any doubts, you can just raise your doubt in yesterday's class. Today's topic, I'll just keep it as simple as possible so that you have more practice on yesterday's session. So you have to practice a lot, man, yesterday's session because that is the most important thing to get your uh, things done. Okay, so I hope there are no doubts in yesterday's session, I guess. Okay, let's move forward for today's session. Okay, uh, today's session is more or less on sculpting environment. So to access the sculpting environment, excuse me. See, to access this sculpting environment, you have to see. Actually, there are only, excuse me. So in the sculpting environment, see directly you cannot access this sculpting environment. See, because you cannot find this in the default workspace. Okay. So in order to get into that, you have to go to create form. Uh, if you enter into create form, then that is called as the sculpting environment. Okay. So in your previous Fusion 360 older versions, you need as soon as you enter into create form, it used to say that this is a sculpt. Okay, that is why I have used that as sculpting environment. Now in your latest versions, there is no such kind of sculpt environment. Okay, so you have create form. They have incorporated that into part modeling itself. So why they have done that, we'll see that right away. Okay. Uh, so what is a simple sculpt environment? See, I'll not go that deep into this because all these are related to your surface modeling. Unless and until you know your theoretical knowledge, it is really hard to explain. So because you need to know what you're doing actually, because splines are fun to play with, but you need to have some idea on what a simple excuse me. Okay, excuse me for that. So, okay, coming to this free-form solutions, you need to know what you are actually doing because splines are easy to play. But because the mathematics behind the spline, you need to understand actually. So, after having a good grip on types of splines and how these splines are actually mathematically modified, then you can do your surface design. Unless and until you do it, so it is just a toy for you. So if you once you learn your CAD/CAM basics in your theoretical subject, then I'll be teaching what is the surface design and all in your CATIA or any software. Okay. So till then you can just play with these things without knowing So what these things are. Okay, so generally speaking, splines are curvature, they have some continuity. See example, if I have any two lines, let me go to finish form. So let me go to a simple sketch, and in the back view, let me draw two simple lines. Okay, okay, press enter, escape. Now there are these two lines. Now the continuity between these two lines is only point continuity. Okay, that is called these two lines are joined with respect to only a given point. Now if I want to make this tangent continuity, now what I need to do? Okay, I need to add a fillet. So a fillet will be tangent continuous. That means it will create tangency between these two entities. See, as soon as I create a fillet, this is called tangent constraint. This is also called as a tangent constraint. So it has create it. Now this line is tangent with respect to this curve. Now this line also is tangent with respect to curve. Now finally I got a smooth curve which is tangent, which has tangent continuity. Okay, now this is quite smoother when compared to your normal line. This is your sharp edge. Okay, this is your sharp edge, which is point continuous. Now this is tangent continuous, and the third one you have is curvature continuity. So if I draw the same thing with same control points, see what do I actually get? Press enter. See, now everywhere, if you compare this spline with respect to these lines and all, it is curvature continuous. See, at any given point, I can control my curvature continuity. Okay, so that means at any given point, it has point continuity, it has tangent continuity also. In between every given point, let us take this point, let us take this point. These 2 points are point continuous and also tangent continuous. Okay, this is so that is what we call it as G0 continuity, G1 continuity, and G2 continuity. So these are common in your now you will learn all these things in your theoretical subject. No? So just to explain what is meant by curvature curves and those splines and all. So now in your theoretical subject, you will learn to create these splines. Okay, your start point will be given, your end point will be given. Now you have to find the path, curvature continuous path. Okay, these all control points you need to find in your theoretical subject. Okay, so now this is a simple spline. Okay, now you have different types of splines and all in your theoretical subject, like this is approximate, I mean this is interpolation, and you have approximation, let me, this is called approximation curves. Okay, these are approximation curves. Sorry. Okay, these are approximation. See, the difference between this spline and this spline is, if I want to control change the shape of this spline, now I can these control points are on the spline. Now by turning the curvature continuity control points tangency, I can control the shape of this. But in this curve, that control points are away. So if I want to change the shape of it, what I can do is, if I move this particular point which is away from the curve, I can control the shape of this. What this actually means is, this curve is tangent with respect to this line and this line. Okay, that is how it is. If I move this one, the curvature will be turning that into over here. It is concentrated more or less at this workspace. So this is how your splines are. See, and in your Fusion 360, all these curves, I mean in your surface modeling, let me exit. Okay, my system is really slow today. Okay, now you come to surface design. In the surface design, in your Fusion 360, it has only one type of spline, that is called as T spline. Okay, the name of it is T for uh, tangent. Okay, that is called T spline. they initially Fusion 360 did not have that particular spline. Okay, Fusion 360 have purchased. See, initially only surface design was possible in CATIA. See, CATIA has all the splines. That is why it is most proprietary software. See, because splines you have to purchase, like Bezier curve and your every curve they you cannot access right away. So you cannot use any curve. See, one scientist has invented one particular curve. You cannot directly use it in your software. You have to take particular license and you have to purchase that. Okay, that is how mathematical modeling is. And some softwares can purchase all the splines. That is CATIA. And in your Fusion 360, apart from Fusion, they have Rhino, a software called Rhino, RHYNO. So only that software used to have these kind of sculpting environment and surface designs. So that Rhino software only used to have T-splines. So now Autodesk has purchased those splines from that particular Rhino, and they have invented this Fusion 360, and they have incorporated those all the features in the sculpt environment. Okay. Now we will. This is the background of your surface design and sculpt environment. Before knowing these things, you cannot know what you are actually doing. Okay. Now let us enter into this sculpt environment. Let me hide these sketches. Okay. This is your sculpt environment. See, this is very similar to your solid modeling and little bit of your more or less it is surface design. Little bit of your solid modeling. Okay, now if I see this create, see it is very similar. Go to sketch, you can create anything, you just extrude it, you get your sculpt. But the major difference is, let us see. As soon as I open, see if I want to create a box, see what it is saying, creates a T-spline box. If I want to create a plane, it is saying it creates a T-spline plane. Cylinder, T-spline cylinder, sphere, T-spline cylinder. See everywhere there is a T-spline. Okay, wherever it is, T-spline, T-spline, T-spline. See, only with respect to that particular splines, your entire surface design is there. All the world you play, it is actually playing with splines. Surface design is nothing but your splines. Different types of splines, there are tons of splines. Okay, so that is how you need to understand. So keeping that aside, so let us, this is my favorite environment, that is for surface design. Let us play with this. This sculpt environment is just like your digital clay. If you have your clay in your hand, what you actually do, you create a different shape, whatever your imagination strikes you. Okay. Now let us see how we can actually do it. Now let us create a simple box. So I'm not going into a theoretical, go to sketch and everything. I just directly go away and create a simple box. Click box. It will show a entity over here. Let me go into isometric view. Okay. Now it will be asking on which plane do I need to draw a box. I'll click this bottom plane. Now it is asking which type of box, whether it is center point box or 2-point box. Okay, now I'll go with center point. Now I'll create a 100 by 100. Let me show 100, tab 100, press enter. Okay, it has automatically created a box. And do remember that this is a sculpting environment, not a solid modeling. In solid modeling, if you create a box, there are sharp edges. Okay, by default. Over here, you have curvature continuous. Your edges are smooth, precisely to say in simple language. You don't have sharp edges because this is a sculpt environment. Whatever you draw in the sculpt environment, it should be curvature continuous. That means your edges should be smooth and every object should be as smooth as possible. There are no sharp edges in this sculpting environment. Clear? That is the first and foremost option you need to understand. All the edges are curvature continuous. Okay, next. As soon as you create a simple box, it is asking for your height and everything. So you can give these dimensions from over here from your control box. Excuse me. Okay, now see, if I zoom in, this is just like your meshed box. What is mean by meshing? If you take a simple solid model, solid block of solid model, and you divide that into a number of faces, that means your top face is divided into four faces, your side face is divided into four, and as well as every uh, face is divided into four equal faces. That means it is meshed. Okay, now simply you can play with this. So you can just drag and drop it, and you can in any direction. See, if you want to move that into, if you want to make a TV remote, and this is x-axis, if you drag that along y-axis, you create some kind of shapes. Okay, if you can create any given shape or any given kind of thing. You can just play with this. Okay, you want to create your shape and just see, that is up to you. Whatever you create, pull it, drag it, and drop it, whatever you do, that is up to you. Okay, now as soon as you click OK and just press OK, this is your simple box. Okay, and once you finish this particular box, click finish form. As soon as you click finish form, if you open this body, now this is a solid body. Got it? Let me click somewhere. This is a simple solid body. Now this is entirely solid one. If you change the display visual style to shaded, so this is as simple as such. Let me suppose this is as a specs box or as a simple soap or whatever it might be. Okay, see how it is very easy to create your curvature continuous see it as it is as if some you have done some surface design and everything. Now it is so simple. Fusion 360 made it so simple. Okay, now let us see how to control this particular box. Let me go into visual style. Always make sure this is shaded with your edges. Again, go to create form. So let me go to this body, finish form. So let me hide this body for time being. Go to sculpt environment, and we'll create another body. We'll see what more options are there in your create box. Now I'll go exactly with 100 by 100. Okay, enter. Okay, that will create your box, right? Now let us zoom in and see what are these options are. See, these arrow marks represent to pull your entity. That means if you pull this in this direction, you will add material to this in this direction. If you pull it offwards, it will extend your shape into that way. If you pull this into y-axis, that will add material into y-axis. And if you observe, there are two arrow marks like bracket symbols. So what they actually do is, see, if you observe, the top face is of divided into four faces. Okay, okay. See, the length of the faces over here is 2. Width, see, length of the body is 100. Length of the face is 2. That means 1, 2. This is one compartment and two compartment. Now, if you increase that, see, you can control number via 2 over here, or else you can just simply drag it from here. See, let me drag it and add some, see, plus and minus. If you minus only one, see, now your side face has been divided into only one face. Did you observe that? Okay, now I will add it. I'll make it 2. Now it is 3. See, check the box mark. I'm just holding my mouse and check your boxes. Length faces, that is second option. Now it is 3. Now if I increase it to 5, see how many number of faces your box has been divided into. See, if I keep on increasing, it just increases as it is. Also, the shape of the box will also change. Okay. See, I have added 18 faces. Okay. And if I decrease that into less number of faces, your shape would be changing. Okay, that is as simple as such. Okay, let us keep that as 3. And width, this is around lengthwise. Now let me do it in width wise. If I increase, see how it is going to increase. In this is around width. This is around lengthwise. See, if I change lengthwise, see how the shape of the object is changing. Okay. See, if I increase more number of faces, it almost becomes a your solid model. If I decrease the curvature, more or less it will become a curvature continuous spline. Okay, let us see in this environment, and let me decrease the number of faces. And in height also you can change number of faces. See, if I increase, it almost becomes a solid block. That means sharp edges will be achieving. If I decrease number of faces, it becomes as smooth as possible. Okay, so you have to play with these, and your this is purely about your imagination. I cannot say that this is your right way to give number of faces and all. Okay, depending upon your what you are actually doing, what you want to design, you have to decide whether you are achieving your shape or not. Okay, that is up to you. There is no hard and fast rule that you have to keep these many number of faces, but there is a rule that you have to keep faces as low as possible, and you have to achieve your design. Okay, that is the foremost thing in your surface design and surface model. Okay, your faces should be as less as possible, but you have to achieve your final design, final output. Okay, so you have learned about these, what these arrows meant and what these brackets also meant. So simply you can control it from the box, or else you can just drag and you can just play with these around. Okay, height of the face and everything. See, one direction and symmetric, that is as simple as I have explained in the earlier class. Okay, so you can drag it in one direction. See, if it is symmetry, uh, it will, see, in both the sides it will add your material. Okay, so now you can play with these all around. You can create what your imagination says and everything. Okay, that is up to you. So if you want to add more number of faces, you can add more number of faces, and so that is how you actually control, play with these things around. Just click OK. Once you do it, that is, see, your computer will be really slow while working with these splines and all. Okay, and now if you want to just modify your existing whatever you have made, uh, go to edit form. Now this is your most typical, I mean, you all modifications, whatever you want to do, this is your control box. This is called modify. Everything will be in this modify. See, as soon as I open my modify form, first entity is t-spline entity. Select on which entity you need to modify. Now let me suppose, let me draw a simple box, not this kind of thing. Okay, let me hide this body and draw a simple box on top. Okay, let me go let me give length as 100. Okay, length as 100, width as 100, height also as 100. Let me click OK. Now this is your basic simple cube. Now I want to modify this. I click modify. Now let me zoom in. Now I need to modify, uh, let us say this is my T-spline entity. Now I need to modify this particular face. I want to increase. As soon as I click this face, you got this coordinate system kind of thing. Okay, now what this coordinate system kind of thing does is it has three options. Transform mode. See, you have three types of transformations. Modify, click this face. You have three types of transformations. One is translation, one is rotation, one is scaling. That means you have translation, rotation, and you can have moving around only in one plane. Okay, translation along x-axis, y-axis, z-axis, and moving an object with respect to xy plane, yz plane, zx plane, and rotation along any particular axis, x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis. Okay, these are three types of translations. If you want to rotate that into only one particular axis, see this symbol, see this zero symbol is for rotation, this arrow symbol is for translation along only one axis. This plane, did you observe this plane? This plane symbol is to manipulate along this particular plane. I mean, either it can be xy plane, yz plane, or zx plane. Okay, see now let me filter that. Oh, I want only translation along, I want only translation. Okay, now if I move this, see my only this particular face I am just moving, not the entire body. In the previous explanation I have modified the entire face. I did not I'm not selecting the entire face now. On this particular face I'm selecting only this patch. Okay, these are called patches now. Okay, one particular patch I'm selecting, I'm just moving that around. See your shape, how it is actually changing. See, this is just a simple clay, just clay in your hand, and you want to modify it, you want to throw it, I mean, you want to press it, pull it, do whatever you want. If you see, if you want to press it, just make sure it is in negative direction. Okay, press as much as possible, but do remember that it should be curvature continuous. Don't press it as much as possible and you lose the curvature continuous. There will be some errors. So, okay, if I zoom in, two faces will be merging. See, if this is a sharp edge, two faces, if this face and this face, if it is merging, then it can't create I mean, it cannot create a solid body. It will throw an error. Okay, so you have to keep in your mind that it should be little bit, at least little bit curvature continuous. Okay, don't make it too sharp. Now this is fine for me. Okay, this is how you create. See, if you, that is for according to your imagination, whatever you are creating. If you want to create a bean bag, let us say example as a bean bag. You can create your bean bag, whatever it might be. Take a circle. You can manipulate, do manipulations. Okay, this is how you actually do it. Now there is another option. Now if I want to expand, add material, see if I pull this one, I'm not adding any material, I'm just pulling the existing material, that's all, right? I'm not adding any material with onto this particular patch. Now I want to add material without losing these three faces shape. I mean, the shape of these three faces I don't want to change. Now press alt, see, press and hold alt button and drag this. See the change. If I press alt and drag this, it is not disturbing these three faces, it is only adding material with respect to this patch itself. Okay, that means you are just making another clay and you are adding on top of this particular face. Got it? Now again I want to add material on top of this, press alt and drag it. See, it keeps on adding material. See, that is why this 40 symbol is visible to you now. Okay, now again press alt and you drag it, it will keep on adding some material to it. Now if I don't press alt and if I pull it, see, only one face is there and it is keeping sharp as possible. See, it is not adding any material. See, it is making as sharp as possible, that's all, but the faces are not adding up. If I press alt, then faces will get add up. Now got the point? So press alt and pull, you will be having to add your material. If you release alt, will just pull your existing face, that's all. You pull your existing face. Let me press Ctrl Z and okay. See, this is how you actually play with this alt and without alt. That is how you translate. And now let us see rotation. Second one is rotation. See, you have everyone will be asking what is the shortcut keys for everything. I'm using just shortcut keys. If you hover your mouse on top of this, you will be having shortcut keys: Alt Q and Alt W and Alt E and Alt R. Okay, these are if you have an habit of taking that with shortcut keys, you can make use of these shortcut keys. Just hover your mouse and do remember these shortcut keys. Everything will be having in shortcuts. Okay, that is how you actually note it down. Now let me rotate this face. So I have selected this particular face. Now let me rotate it. Okay, just see the shape. Let me zoom in. Okay, this is how it is. Just like your balloon or something else, you can just play with this. Now if I want to rotate this along different axes, so I'm rotating in this direction and twisting it in this direction. Okay, I'm just rotating it with respect to what I put. I'm just rotating it. I'll select this face and now add some material along alt and just pull it. Now I'll just pull these objects and you see, just you can play with these things. But now I cannot say that I'm what I'm doing. See, I'm just making it enlarge, just like your gear shift, that axle or that particular handle. So you can, that is all about your imagination. So you can make use of your hand curvature and you can make design this gear shift, automatic gear shift, or what you call it as gear handle and gear aesthetics purpose. So that is how you transform. See, everything you can play with these, adding number of faces, make it as smooth as possible, and you make it either way. If you want to do that in only one particular, see all the features you want to you want to make sure do it in one go. See, all these things are available only in one particular UCS. Okay, another thing, you have coordinate system, you have view space. If I zoom it out, this is only your view space. If you have selection space, that means you can select only in one direction. You can just move it, just play with these around, that's all. Okay, and you have selection filter. See, if I want to select only this particular point, so make sure vertex is on. See, it will turn all the vertices. So now you can pick this vertex and you can just manipulate it. If you want to control that with not with respect to the face, and I want to control with respect to that vertex itself, click this vertex and control click this vertex and you just drag it. It will just drag it only with respect to this particular vertex. Okay, now if you want to have only edge, select this particular edge, it will select only that particular edge. Now there is a short, there's a tip or trick. If you want to select this rounded edge, all this as a circular one, 1 2 3 and 4, double click this edge. Let me select this edge. Sorry. Okay, I have this particular edge, I want to make modifications to it. Now if I just double click it, it will automatically select that particular ring. Now if you want to modify that, you can just modify accordingly. If you want to change it, you can just change the entire edge. No, I don't want that. Now I want to change my shape only with respect to this one single. You can change this one particular edge. Okay, that is all your clay modeling. What you have clay in your hand, digital clay, just play with it. That is your imagination. But make sure that is curvature continuous. Wherever you see, it has to be smooth. That is why I say, in your imagination, whatever you are creating, you have to have some idea on whatever you are creating. So make sure that is as smooth as possible. And you have object snap. See, object snap, if you turn on in your view space, your will be your offset. Generally, if I'm clicking this particular edge, now I'm selecting this edge on that itself. If you want to make sure that is offset, you can give that offset mm. So, and next you have soft modification extent. That means generally it is face number of count. See, if you want to increase number of faces, Just click this. See, it is throwing an error that don't actually change number of shapes and all. It is selecting that entire shape itself. Now what it is saying is the region it has automatically selected has curvature continuous. See, now I'm making that face count. Even though if I select only one edge, it is selecting all the edges in which it has tangent continuous. If I select this distance, if I select this edge, now see the contours. See, it is darken over here and it is lighten over here. What it actually meant to say is your edge is curvature continuous with respect to this. I mean, if I modify this particular edge, your influence is more on this particular another edge, which is neighboring one, and it has less influence on this edge, and it has less influence on this, and it does not have any influence on this particular edge. That is black. You have white, light red, dark red, and you have maroon. See, these are a little bit of more advanced surface modeling designs. I don't want to go that deep into that. Just see, all these are grow and shrink. See, if you want to shrink your options, see, you can directly shrink it off, or else if you want to have, uh, if you want to shrink it with respect to given faces, right? If I select this one and if I just shrink it down, so you can just have more control. See, these are things you need to have more control on. So if I need to have more control on this particular edge, I'll just make sure this is what I'm doing is I have more control on this particular face and also on this edge. Grow and shrink options, loop and shrink options, see, all these are you need to have more control on that. So okay, without teaching the surface design, I can't go that deep into this modification, because you don't it will be just like a maze. I want to keep it as simple as possible. Okay, and one thing, uh, now you can say that, sir, this is all surface design, but what about the solid modeling? See, in your background, this is actually a sharp edged design itself, right? And it is adding in your background, it is adding curvature continuity. That means it is taking a flat face over here, flat face over here, and it is adding some tangent. I mean, it is adding some fillet or some curvature continuous term, so that it becomes so smooth. Now, how can I access that original geometry, sir? Okay, now you have selection options. Okay, let me open that and numerical inputs. Okay, fine. Okay, the shortcut to that is Alt 1. If I press Alt 1, this is your sharp edged figure. Okay, now don't be that shocked. Now, whatever you have created in your environment, that is your gear shaft rod, is in fact this shape actually. If I turn that into a sharp edged object, okay, that is this action. Now, in order to make it smooth, what your T-spline is doing is it is taking this particular edge, it is taking this face, and also this particular face, okay, and it is making smooth curve with respect to all these edges. Now, if I want to turn that into curvature continuous one, press Alt 2. See the difference. Alt 1, Alt 2. See, this wireframe is your sharp edged one, okay, and your actual curvature continuity is this yours. I mean, this is your actual clay model. See, this is the difference between your curvature continuity and your sharp edged figure. You got the point? So it is adding. See, that is the graphics intensive. What your graphic intensive software, your processor, all this does is it takes a mathematical equation and it will take all these faces and it will take this edge equation and it will convert that into a simple smooth edges. All these are related to mathematics. You learn this everything in CAD CAM. See, CAD CAM subject is not a theoretical one. It is always an equation based. Don't think that it is so easy to learn. CAD/CAM is fun. No, it's not fun. Surface design is not at all fun. All these are based on equations. See, even a single bottle has an equation. See, what if I want to have the exact design of that particular bottle, right? I need to know that particular spline. What did he actually follow and get that equation? And if I change those values, then I'll get the exact shape of that particular bottle or whatever it might be. Okay, what designer actually they do is they take a actual wood model or else clay model, whatever it might be. They sculpt, I mean they actually smooth your edges and they turn that into this smoother object. Initially that is a squared, that means squared one, and they'll turn that into a softer one. We call it as surface design. Okay, see, your gear shift actually in a smoother T-spline shape, it is actually looking like that, but in your sharp edged one it is looking in this way. Okay, that is the major difference. Okay, again, if you want to get into your normal environment, press alt 3. That is your normal sculpt environment. Okay, why those designers are paid a lot of millions of dollars to get your designs ready is this is the reason. He has to think in either way. He has to think in your solid model and he has to frame an equation in his mind or else in his paper, then get the design ready. It is not that you have one particular system in front of you, draw a spline and you get your design. After getting, see, that is the first thing, your imaginative design. After getting that imagination ready on your workspace, then find the equation for the spline now. So what your product manager does is you get the equation for this particular shape. Okay, now you have to divide this into number of splines. You cut it and you have to change that, get an equation for this one. Depending upon that equation, you will give input to your CAM. So your CAM software has G codes and M codes. Following that particular path, it will just create a die. Then that is how your tool and die design does, and that is how you manufacture your component and you do all the process. That is your product design. That is how you design a simple product. That is how your tough is your designing is. Okay, but it is more fun and without knowing all these things, just go away, go straight away and create your random shapes. Go to modify, you change, I mean if you want to create any shape, face, you can manipulate all these things. Okay, don't go that deep. So just for your explanation, I've explained everything. So that is, you can play with these things around and finally you have to get your imaginative shape. And now I'll go with simple plane. See, these are all primitive shapes. And select this face. It will create a simple plane, that is a planar surface. And then now if I want to extrude that into one direction, if I want to add number of faces, see, I can add a number of faces. You can add number of faces in this direction, but don't make it that complicated. Okay, two faces are enough for me. And create, click OK. It has created a simple plane now. Okay, now you can modify this. Okay, modify, I want to modify this, let me, selection filter is vertex or face. Now I want to change this face. Now change it. Now if you want to make any see, this is mostly used for surface designers. Okay, you can create your bumper or your, that is your imagination. Now you can create your hood, you can create a hat, you can create your face. See, the coolest part of this is you can create your face right away if you know what is surface design meant as. See, you have seen some objects like in your olden movies that they take a face and they divide that into number of meshed elements, right? This is what it is. Okay, those are not taken from any other things. That is what your surface design is. Take your face, you divide that into number of number of patches, and you extrude that. Then you'll know what is your face design is, how complicated it is to design as, I mean, model your face actually. Okay, now you can turn that your simple design. Take this particular edge. Now I want to move this particular edge. I'll take this edge and I want to manipulate this edge. See, the difference between this face and this one is Now I'm controlling this with respect to edge, this one with respect to my face. Okay, and if you want to turn that into another thing, and you can just see, that is your imagination. That is, I cannot say what is. Select this particular edge. Let me zoom in. You select this particular edge and you just control that to make it. That is your imagination. You can create rings or everything, but whatever you create, that is out of imagination. Once you get this environment, you have to find your equation for this entity. See, there is a curve, right? 1 2 3 4. This is a smooth entity. See, for this one, this is called master section. See, if you get your automobile, if you divide your automobile into equal number of halves, you have different curvature at different places, right? That those are called master sections. Okay. So for this equation, for this spline, you have to find the equation. That is your CAD, that is what your CAD/CAM subject is all about. See, he will give you endpoint. He will give this endpoint. You have to find equation at every given point. See, what that particular equation does is, if you input your values like x value and y value, it will get your points. I mean, it will get the curvature at this particular given point. Okay, that is how you actually model it. So that is really complicated. See, this is how you actually make your plane, modify, and do those stuff and all. And go to cylinder, select this plane, you get the cylinder, you add your material to it, click OK. Again, if you want to modify the shape, go to modify and click any, if you want to select any face, and you just manipulate it. You just manipulate it and who has faces. Now, if you want to add material, I make sure the option is Alt. Okay, you press Alt and you just modify it. And if you want to select any given edge, double click this particular edge, just move it all along. And if you want to add material, press Alt and you add material all along. So you got a cool shape from these designs and everything. Okay, so your spline, click OK once you have satisfied. Again, you have quad ball. See, before going to this quad ball, let us create a simple sphere. Okay, again, to create a sphere, it is asking for plane. Go over here and create a sphere and yep, click OK. And if you want to add change shape, okay, press OK. Again, if you want to go to modify, go modify. Now I want to select any vertex. Instead of selecting face, I want to select this particular vertex and I want to change the shape of it. See how tiny it would be, more or less that way. So I want to select Control Z. I want to select any edge. I'll select this particular edge and I'll just drag it. Now it became some other shape or something else. Move that in this direction. Just move it in this direction. Okay, you will get something like your bean bags and everything. Right? Okay, now if you want to change this, you want to change the shape of this curve, and I want to make sure that I want to change this. Okay. Now if I want to select any face and if I want to modify, I'll select this face and I'll just make sure it is smooth and wherever you are going to set and everything. If you want to select even number of faces, so you can select more number of faces to make it more smooth and just modify, do it whatever you want. Okay, that depends on how you actually do it. Okay? You can do cool stuff regarding this one. Just click OK. So that is how you can modify your sphere, and that is as simple. And you can create your torus over here and create. Give the length of it, radius of it. Just click OK and go to modify your command. Click this face, and if you want to add your material, and just press Alt to add your material. If you want to move that into one particular face, move. So I'm just adding my material onto this face. Okay, just like your steering wheel. If you want to modify, if you want to make a cool design of your steering wheel and everything, you can make that possible. If you want to increase number of faces, just increase that. Click this and just try to manipulate it and press Alt to add material onto this. Okay, and if you don't want to add material, just drag it. Just rotate this and you can just drag it in one direction. Okay, if you have this face and you just drag it.
సార్
Yeah, no?
సార్ ఇప్పుడు స్ప్లైన్ ఈక్వేషన్ అంటే కోఆర్డినేట్సా?
I cannot teach that right away because it's not about the simple coordinates, but it is all about three-dimensional coordinate system. X, Y, and Z. You have vectors actually. So X dash, Y dash, and Z dash. So that is really complicated to explain. I mean, in this environment, if I have a blank space and equations, you can go with that.
ఓకే.
See, now that is, say the background of this one is Bezier curve. Okay, if you click that Bezier curve, see in your CAD/CAM subject you have Bezier curves. From that Bezier equation, you have some, see example, ax plus, see y is equal to ax plus b is a simple equation of a line actually. If you replace x and y, you get the line equation, right? And if you have a circle equation, x square by a plus y square by b is equal to 1, you have an equation of a circle. So every entity has some equation inbuilt into it. That is how they are actually built. See, now if I am dragging this particular face in the background, what it is actually doing is it is computing, it is changing those values, the coordinate system, it is actually changing. If I am moving this, I'm translating it, right? I'm changing the coordinates so that in the background the equation is also changing. Okay, that this is not simple clay to do it, but in your background it is changing those vectors and all with respect to x-axis. The coordinate system would be x, y, and z. So in that way it is going to change. Okay, that you will learn in that in your CAD/CAM subject. Okay, no worry. So for this time being, just don't worry about these splines and type whatever you are doing. So just you play with these things. What is your imagination? Just create that imagination and make sure that you turn that into a proper solid. That's all. Okay. Don't make those objects take an error. Okay. So if there is an error, see wantedly to show an error, just I'll modify this one. Wantedly I'm doing this to show that. So I'm throwing this. Okay. I'm just making this somewhere. Now this cannot be turned that into a solid one because faces are actually merging out and modify. And now select this particular edge. Okay, turn that rotated. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm just throwing an error. Okay, now it is intersecting, right? I click OK, and if I go to finish form, see, it is saying that you cannot create a T-spline model. Okay, it is showing that, see, there is an intersection. I want to make that shape, but it is saying that it cannot, you cannot do it right away. Okay, that is how it throws. Make sure that you don't throw any error, make it as smooth as possible. If I click finish form, now your objects, all those objects can be turned that into a simple imaginative shapes and all. Okay, that is so cool about your sculpt environment. You can create your steering wheel and you have number of buttons and you do whatever you want, but using these basic primitive shapes. Let me hide all these things. See, and do remember that this plane is a simple surface ma. Okay, see, plane is always a simple surface, not this is not a solid one. See, one, you know now how to make a solid out of this plane. Go to thicken option, you can turn this into a simple solid one. That is how you get your mudguard or your car surface. You see example, if you in your essay you have your chassis ready, and if you want to design any frame for it, or else you need to have any cool outer BI, you have surface class A surface, right? If you want to design any class A surface, so for that class A surface, you make a box around your chassis and you design that plane, turn that plane into curvature continuous, and finally you give thickness to it inside. Then you can create a cool uh, class A surface. Generally we call it as class A surface, class B, and class C surfaces, and you call that as simple design, and that is how it is. Okay, so that is how you create your sculpt environment. See, the simple example is you can create your knife mark. See, knife handles, right? You can create your phone. You can create a cup out of anything. See, another thing I did not show is pipe environment. Let me go quickly. Sheet, and over here a quad ball is created. Now for pipe, I did not explain this pipe. See, for pipe you need to have at least. I'll just go construct. Um, where is this? Okay, let me go and quickly create a simple spline on this bottom plane, and so to create this simple pipe structure, center, click OK, uh, create pipe, and click the spline on which you need to create. And see, there is a twist. And if I make sure this is now, I did not change any design. By default, I have went to pipe and I have selected spline, and it is coming in a square form, not in a smoother circular form, right? So what you have to do is display mode, box display, smooth display, right? That is what I have explained. Alt 1, Alt 2, Alt 3. See, Alt 1 is to show that this is your actual box design. Alt 3 is to show your smooth design. Got the point? And now you can have global diameter of this one. You can change the diameter of this pipe to 30 or 40 mm. That is how simple it is. And path, you can just go and change the path. And what this section does is click the section. Now it is showing that one yellow section over here and one yellow section over here. Now if I hover my mouse onto the spline, there is a red dot appearing. If I click over there, it will add some sections. If you need more number of sections at this corner, see, it will add, keep on adding more number of sections so that it becomes so smooth at that particular turn. So okay, you have more control on this edge. Okay, over here there is only one. Over here it is even more smoother. You can have more control on it. It creates more number of sections. Okay, that is how it is. And curvature, see, don't touch this curvature tolerance, curve tolerance, because what this curve tolerance actually meant is, see, the tolerance, the curvature continuity between this surface and this surface is 0.001 that is 1 micron. Okay, so this actually deals with your professional design and everything. Okay, don't disturb these curvature tolerances. See, if you turn this tolerance even more, what this actually means is there is more gap between these two. That is how accurate is. To precisely say in simple English, your curvature, whatever you are doing, is 1 micron accurate. Accurate up to 1 micron. That is what it actually means. Tolerance is 1 micron. And display curve space, and coming to end types. If you want to close this particular face, you have this end. You want to close this particular end. Now it is open. Now if you want to close this, go with square type. Square type of close. And if you want to make sure this is spike, you can go with spike. Okay, that is how end type is. Again, display mode, if you want to go with this shape, see, this is your actual shape. Now what your system is doing is it is making curvature continuous. That is as simple as such. Now density, so you have number of segments. See, our segment over here is 1, 2, 3, 4. There are only 1, 2, 3, 4 segments over here. And if I want to click this segment and at this particular face, I want to increase number of segments. See what it is doing. It is increasing number of segments. Like it is increasing number of sections over there. Okay, it becomes more easy to control. Again, changing number of faces to simply say. Okay, number of segments you can change, and the types you can change. If you want to change number of spike to open and or square and whatever it might be. And sections you can change your sections to here. See, always pipe is a circular one. You cannot change the shape of the basic pipe. Okay. And once you click OK, and if you want to change your shape, then you can change. Go to modify, and if you want to change those faces, and if you want to change at that particular face, I'm I'm going to double click this face and let me okay modify. Let me click this edge and I'll click this particular edge. Now, if I want to modify that, see, it is showing a warning that it is not that easy to change your curvature. I'm just changing the shape and making a bend at that particular shape. Okay, fine. Now if I click finish form, this is how it actually looks. Okay, that is how you design a plan. See, this is out of your see, whatever imagination is there, you can create whatever it might be. You can create a plant. Okay, you can create a plant. You can create your rib case. You can create skeleton of yourself. You can create your hand. See, that is how you're limitless. It is just limitless. You can create a bone. See, the most complicated structure, I mean, to create is creating a bone. See, if you take any physical figure of your bone and try to model it, you can imagine that how complicated it is to create a simple bone. And you imagine after creating a bone, and you think of creating a complete human. So that is how complicated it is to create an human design is. See, that is how it is. Just try to play with these shapes, and you can get all these shapes, and try to play with only primitive shapes. Then come into your imagination. Okay, fine, I want to create a simple cup, I want to create a pencil, I want to create a pen. See, take an example of a simple pen. You can create a simple pen out of anything. Okay, that is up to you. Pen. And see what is the beauty of this one is, after creating this one, you can directly go and save this file as STL, give this into 3D printing, plug in a 3D printing machine, and you can directly get a plastic part of your simple shape. Okay, that is what prototyping is. That is how simple it is to create complicated objects in Fusion 360 and plug it, and you can manufacture. Yeah, that is not manufacturing, prototyping. Okay, but as the software is cloud, it need to have proper internet and good everything to create all these shapes. But this software cannot handle more number of parts. Okay, if I want to create more than 5 parts as an assembly, or as a single component, it will throw me an error. You need to have cloud based graphic environment to simulate your assembly. Okay, you need to pay for it. Okay, that is education's license is not supported for that. Okay, but whereas in your built-in softwares, like your example, you take SolidWorks. Okay, that is inbuilt onto your system, and you have more number of options. And you have CATIA, you have more number of splines and bezier curves. What we do in automobile design is we get these kind of sections for me to design. They give only wireframe to us. They does not give any car or any fancy kind of surface to us. They give only this wireframe. See, if I keep this into wireframe, visual style and wireframe, this is what they give to us. This wireframe they give to us, and what we need to do is we need to compute a spline which is going through these edges, and we need to create a patch. See, I have said in your surface design to go create a patch. right? What patch does is, what this patch does, if I click this edge and if I give number of edges, it will create number of, it will create a simple patch for me. It will create a surface for me. Okay, that is how we do a surface design. Okay, so that is about your surface design. So that is how complicated it is, and just with your this. Okay, that is about your sculpt environment. And tomorrow we'll just go with your simple assemble, or as a simple assembly. You can create a new component from these existing. See, all these become a single component. Okay, now I'll just explain how to create a simple component, one single component, and in that you have a number of joints and all, everything. Okay, so you have joint, as built joint, have everything, widget groups, and that is how you actually do it. So tomorrow we'll cover assembly design, and after that assembly design, we'll just simulate that. Okay, animation is nothing but you create fun models along with it. Okay, I'll just go as fast as possible and create a simple assembly, and just we'll just animate it, okay, to for tomorrow. And day after tomorrow for completion class, we'll just simulate it. We'll just take a simple design in what we have created in assembly. We'll just add some loads and everything, and we'll just simulate and how to generate a simple report, and how to check your contours, stress analysis, simple stress analysis, not that complicated. Okay, and finally we'll go with drawing. Okay, from design or else from animation. From animation you can create your drawing, from design you can create your simple drawings. Okay, that is 5 minutes to 10 minutes of task to create a simple joint. Okay, that is your plan. Now if there are any doubts, we'll just take it over. Sir, in which software does the equation can be written? So generally we do that in CATIA. Equation can be written in CATIA. We see generally, uh, we have to see, that is the core design part. See, creating an equation is not that easy. That is uh, limited only to a styler or else the core designer. So those, that fellow will be creating that equation in an imaginative world, and easier equations and b-spline equations. So depending upon, see, that those are industrial secrets, ma. So that equation, if you know that particular equation, then you can design your entire car. Okay, so that equation is kept into as secret as possible. Only that particular styler who has designed the that particular aesthetics of that particular car. See, the stylers are the primary ones who actually design that particular car. That means that aesthetics purpose and everything. So that particular styler has those equations. So no one knows what that particular equation is. Only that styler knows. What he will give us is a dummy curve, a dummy spline. See, he will give only this particular wireframe model to me. Now, to compute that equation, depending upon this spline, is really tough. It is highly impossible. That you need to have exceptional mathematical skills to get that particular design. See, that is why even though you have your any BMW car or else any product in your environment, you cannot create an exact copy of it. Or what you actually do is you go to a 3D printer, 3D scanner, you scan that particular car. What that particular 3D scanner gives you an output is only a dummy wireframe model. See, this gives a dummy wireframe model. Now, to generate an equation to get this dummy model is really tough. You cannot do it. Okay. See, I'll take a simple example, quickly. Example: if you observe a simple Swift car, see, if the primary, if you have a simple Swift design, see, from that Swift car, he has evolved a desire. See, if you see example, now you have an imaginative view. See, for a Swift car, you take your bonnet and you just a back door and a back bumper. You click all these surfaces and you just extrude it. You just extrude it in Y direction or X direction. You can add a rear bumper to it, or else a rear boot space to it. Okay, That is of they have evolved Swift car into a Swift Desire. Now, latest Swift Desire, what it actually you can observe, front portion is of Baleno and back portion is of Swift. What they have done is they have taken the surface of the back Desire and they have merged it with your Baleno and they have got a new car. But how they have done it? By using that equation. If they have that equation, they merge that equation, they do that everything, and you get a curvature continuous model. So that is how you, once you do one particular design car model and you have n number of designs, you just modify it. See, that is how easy to create a car from the ground is really tough, and to modify it, simply click a face and you just drag it and change the shape of it. That's all, it is finished. That is how easy to generate versions. See, Innova version number 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. If you design one particular model, then it serves you for another 15 years. Okay, that is how your product design goes. See, if you are Samsung Edge, you have one particular model and they are getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 along 10, S10. So what is how fast they are creating is they have one base design, then they are just modifying it, that's all, and it is serving their purpose for 15 to 20 years. That is how creating a base design is always, they have one particular styler, they have equations to it, they do keep those as secret, and they do change those equations, you get a different shape and everything. Even every company follows the same philosophy, every product follows the same philosophy. Even laptops, and you have mouse, example Logitech mouses and everything, you have one base design. Depending upon the base design, you change the curvature, shape and everything, you get different shapes, and you have that. That is how your computer does. See, that is why it is graphic intensive is not creating, rendering and everything. Calculating that equations is what background is there. See, that you can learn that into your core CAD modeling. No? So that is the highest um, version of your CAD designer. Okay, those are not called as designers; they are research designers actually. Okay, that is about your basic things. If you have any doubts, just you can raise. Any doubts in today's?
సార్ ఇప్పుడు ఫార్మ్స్ సార్
Uh,
సార్ ఇప్పుడు ఫార్మ్స్
yeah,
లో ఒక ఫేస్ పైన 4 పార్ట్స్ గా డివైడ్ అవుతుంది కదా, అది మొత్తం ఒకే ఏం చేయాలంటే
అది మొత్తం ఒకటేలాగా చేయాలి. You decrease number of faces. See, if I have, see, now this is a single face, right? Now what I'll do is, I'll go to surface. Now I have turned that into a solid one. Let me go into surface. Solid. Clubbed environment. See, once you get out of this clubbed environment, you cannot actually modify it. See, that is what your finished club says. 1 second. Okay. Now, say once you get out of the sea, in your sculpted environment, that is a simple surface, man. Once you turn that surface entity into a solid one, there is no way you can turn that solid into again a surface. Okay. Now it is impossible to change your design. All the changes there itself. Now
ఓకే
let me take a simple body. I mean, let me take a simple base and create. Now we will see. Okay. Now I'm adding material onto this face. Now what you are saying is, how can I turn that into these 4 faces into one? There is a bracket over
ఎస్
here,
సార్
right?
ఎస్
There are, see, now what I'm doing is, this is minus. Okay, now I have turned that into this. And if you turn everything into this, see, now it has become 2. Now even you change that into 1. Now it has turned that into only one such surface. Change that. Number of faces you can change by using this one, or else your window. I mean your window over here. Height of the faces is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can change, do those modification. See, but if you have
సార్
optimum number of faces is necessary, ma. Because if you want to change this particular shape, I mean, if you want to create anything with respect to one half over here. Example, if you want to do modifications only to left portion of it, so make sure you keep at least two faces, so you can catch this face and you can modify it. It all depends on your final product, what you want to make. Depending on that, you will decide number of faces. Okay, once you click this and you finish form, that will turn that into a solid one. Again, there is no way that you can do it. See, now after creating all these things, these are now solid elements. Now go to create. I have created a lot of surfaces in yesterday's class. Now make a cut portion of that particular thing with this solid elements. Then you can create your imaginative shapes and everything. Okay, now you Tyler. So what I have taught in your yesterday's class and today's class. Now you have control of everything. You can create. See, if you want to create your example, a simple mouse. Go to sculpt environment, create your imaginative mouse, and you do whatever you want. And you make sure you cut it with a flat face at the bottom. Simple. That is fine. You design as using a simple mouse. Okay, that is how you actually design and you actually model. Now you have got the clear difference between your designing and modeling. Okay, fine. That is your class about sculpt environment. But always there should be some design. You cannot create if you are creating your vehicle from the scratch, then you have control over everything. You can create your own dashboard. You can create your own steering design and everything. But once you have created everything, it is really hard, because if you are changing one dimension, there are component elements, right? You have side, say you have many buttons onto this uh, panel, so you cannot simply change it. If you change that particular design, you have to change the dashboard design. You have to change, if you change the dashboard, you have to change the internal interior of the car. If you want to change the interior of the car, BIW will be changing. BIW changes, the entire car shape changes. That is how crucial is changing one particular button influences all the other parts. Okay, that is regarding your surface design, and almost I have covered everything, I guess. And so to make a simple mini project, I have covered far, I guess. So this is more than enough for your. See, don't go that deep into your surface design because it is really tedious. Limit that into your mechanical design and go with dimensions for first, for time being. Initially, as a learner, go learn that with your given dimension, then you can create. See, another one, if you see, another one I forgot to explain. In your sculpt environment, let me hide all the bodies. In your sculpt environment, if you have any design in the background, you can insert. See, this one I have canvas. This is called canvas. Let me show what I've created in my project based this thing. Let me show it. Project one. Project one. Okay, fine. See, this is what I have created. A simple Formula One car which I have created in my test environment when I used to learn this Fusion 360. Okay, fine. They have challenged me what I can do with this sculpt environment. Okay, what I have done is this particular alloy. Let me open that. Open. I did not use much to create this automobile. So I've created using only sculpt environment and basics of 3D modeling. That's all I've created this particular Formula One car. Okay, this is just only out of imagination. That's all. Okay, this is what this will be. See, if you go to Fusion 360 website and ICT Academy, so they will be displaying this in your at their web page. Okay, so I have done this only using only 1 hour. See, this is what you can make. See, this entire body is only one sculpt. Okay, do remember that this is only one sculpt. Only this is only one particular body. did not use any 2 or 3 bodies to make this particular shape. I have used only one body, and I have extruded. I have make sure that face I have extruded in the either direction. I have made some notches over here, and I have taken one particular face, and I have made a dent. I mean that negative direction. Pull the faces and push the faces. That's all I have done to make this design. And rest all I have created. This I have created using your surface design. Okay, these things are using a surface design. These tires I have created using this 3D modeling, simple 3D modeling. You can create your name and everything on the tires, and you can just animate it. Okay, you can make your aerodynamic analysis. All this we have done. So that was a challenge to do everything in 1 hour. Okay, that is what we have created. So finally, they have made that design available in their City Academy workspace. This is what your automobile design does. See, this is your simulation, practice, and everything. It's okay. And I forgot to explain that 1 second. So let me close this environment. Okay, click close. And see, if you have an image in the background, now if you want to design with respect to that image, insert. Okay, let me cancel. Insert canvas or background canvas. Places an image in the 3D workspace. Background canvas, if you have any C6, let me insert that image itself in my workspace. And see, this is my image. If you have that particular image, if you want to design that same workspace, okay, you can insert that into your environment. Okay, with respect to this car design, now you just change your shapes and everything. I mean, this is only for reference. Now you have an reference image in the background. Now you go to your clubbed environment with the change, draw the shape and everything with respect to this. Okay, you have a blade, you have a cup, you have a car, you have everything. Now with respect to this image, you can sculpt your environment. Now go to box and you create a sculpt, and you start with your basics, and you just pull it, drag it, and do it and everything. Okay, now if I make sure all the bodies are visible, they are in the background actually. Finish form, your image will be there in the background. Image will be there in the background. You have your sculpt environment. See that your imagination, that is about how you create your workspace and you decide it. Clear? So are there any doubts regarding this? So try to learn everything, and you take your own time. I'm going really fast, I know, but you have lot of time to learn. See, you have until May, second week of May, or I guess May 10th or May 15th we'll be starting our mini projects, I guess. So till that time you have opportunity to learn everything. You can learn from any environment, not only from me, not only from online. See, online environment teaches you what these commands are, but you are the ultimate person to actually keep all those in mind, and you have to learn. Okay, in order to get this particular shape, say I've taken some examples to create a steering wheel, and to create your aesthetics. If you have mouse, and I've taken some examples to create the basics of 3D modeling. So that imagination, that procedure you have to have. Okay, in order to create a mouse, I have to create a simple solid, and you have to extract some surfaces, make those buttons available. And now I have explained to sculpt environment. Now you can go with directly, you can go with sculpt environment, you can do modifications. And see, one thing is sculpt environment, you have less control on the dimensions. All about it is imagination. That is a digital clay you can do, that is of basic design. You cannot see, if I say give an exercise to create anything, you cannot use sculpt environment. That is really hard to do it. You have to create a 3D model, and then that is the actual procedure. Now you, in your imagination, you want to create any bottle from your scratch, that is your imaginative design. Then you can go to sculpt environment, then come to 3D modeling, then generate dimensions of your own, then that becomes your own design. Okay, that is how your sculpted environment works. Okay, so don't use sculpted environment if anyone says, "Arey, do this exercise, this particular exercise and that particular exercise." Don't use sculpted environment. You have less control of those dimensions. You cannot control your dimensions precisely. Okay, use more or less use your surface modeling or solid modeling tools to actually generate. So you can generate this particular tool using surface design also by using taking a simple spline and ex- extruding it and make those cuts and everything. Okay, so that is about your sculpt environment and 3D modeling. So that is up to you. Now you choose your own 3D modeling. So what mini project you can do, that is left to your decision. Take anything you can. Now you are in a position to model anything. Once you model, then you can throw that into your analysis. So analysis is just the easiest part. Once your model is ready, select some faces, fix it, select some faces, you add the load, get your stresses. Okay. That is about your today's session, ma. If you have any further more doubts, you can throw it, or else I'll just end the session. Okay, fine. Just there are no more doubts. So I'll just assume that we'll just end the session. Okay. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone.